think, like, my brother...
Sam, I grew up working with horses. If we're talking about stinking, those things reek.
Okay. So, see, I have, like, an insanely sensitive nose. So
okay.
I will want to, like, I will want to upchuck. I was trying to find the least nasty way to say that. I don't think I found the least
upchuck.
nasty.
I think actually it came out worse.
Possibly. All right, let's chuck this game back up and finally jump into round number 1, folks. You don't have to listen to our silly animal stories any longer because now it's the Panthers taking on the card suits, I guess. Diamond, heart, spade. Yeah, that's suit of cards. Yep. I'm not crazy.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, calm down.
Got him. Anyways, okay, I know it's a silly season. But we can't be too silly just yet. Let's let this map breathe a little bit. As Pistol Round, it's live. And so far for Magic, this should be the perfect start on Inferno as they're executing onto an A bomb site where there's only 2 defenders. And if this Molotov lands in pit, it's also going to force Eza just out. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, so that Molotov didn't land. What I was going to say was that if that Molotov did land, the flashes would also blind her. Things have got a little bit more complicated now. An opportunity's been opened up for Gabs. Luckily, they only get 2.
A little bit stressful there, a little bit crazy and chaotic on the site, but bombs being planted. Yeah, truly. But now we try for the retake. 2 flashes in Car's belt. That must be what they need. Oh, dearie me, Lulitens aim punched up to high heaven and then finished off by Selax. That meal completely finished. Now Bazina. Oh my God, how have you gone and done that? 2 quick tap. Now they know exactly where Selax is, and Bazina will go ahead and get a 3rd. What was it you were saying about Lulitens and Bazina? I feel like maybe might have just proven your point there.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the focus is on Lulitens because she's kind of come out of, I don't want to say nowhere, but like she's had more explosive form coming like into these last 2 seasons. But Bazina specifically in Dallas really showed that she's making a contention of herself being the best rifler in the world, just kind of like full stop. And in a round like that, you know, it's just not many players can just win you a round like that, to be honest. That's really impressive. And for Magic are going to feel a little bit hard done by.
That's the one goat that I'm willing to interact with. That's my goat. No, actually, bomb plant and opting to still just go for pistols here. I like it. You know what? Why overspend? And a lot of teams do that. They go for the force on the second round after getting the bomb planted, and then, you know, invariably things just go awry. So head it off with the pass. Allow the round to be probably a loss anyway. Come into the next round with proper weaponry, because if you do win the round, magic. I don't know how we've done that, but fantastic. But if you don't win the round, then obviously you get to come in with a proper buy for yourself. So definitely not hating this one. A little bit of presence made over at top banana, but not committing, instead running straight in towards the A site car. Good for 2 before she's finally put out of her misery. And it looks like they should be able to at least get onto the side. Never mind. Iza anchoring like an absolute pro, and Babs now has to 1v4. This round going more or less as expected, but again, right, we're looking towards the next. We're looking towards the sheer amount of money that they're going to have into this.
I think it is, though, good that they keep it clean. Obviously, we're looking at these next rounds, but for Fury, we want to see them keeping it clean. We want to see it keeping it dominant, and a much more effortless affair than the pistol round. For Magic, though, this is their map pick. They've got all the bells and whistles. And I'm looking at Gabs. She's dropped all her utility. MP9 in her hand. Look how much space she's already gotten.
The freedom to roam. Has this been read? Yeah, Brindina's surely got an idea. Surely she knows. Oh, is she going to check it? We're not going to find out because meanwhile, no, Brindina didn't find out. Lulitens has died to a Molotov. The entirety of Top Banana has been locked down by like 3 players, and Selax is finding herself all alone here. Car getting a little bit over eager out in towards mid and gets punished for it, but rest of her team still standing, still ready to get this final kill and stop this push in its tracks. This is what For Magic were working towards. They wanted those guns, they wanted the weaponry, they even saved for it, and it amounted to naught.
That could be a rather telling first gun round. Like, right away, it's just great aggression from Gabs, but that's not even necessarily what wins them the round. It's the B defense. It's Bazina once more as well, getting big impact. She's yet to die. So for FURIA, really setting the tone for this For Magic squad, particularly early on. And yeah, I remember this is For Magic's map pick, so FURIA could ordinarily maybe just end off this series kind of ASAP if they win on Inferno here.
Got Tech 9s, but not a whole hell of a lot of utility to enable it. So I'm not expecting any crazy Tech 9 shenanigans. I say that. We got the first kill. That could be a free gun. Do we circumvent Car? No. Car will still get that shot to land beautifully. We're still keeping it expensive. 3 versus 3 now.
Wait, bomb's long.
Forced off of her angle. Oh my god, she gets flashed out. She's in a bit of trouble now. Bomb's making its way in on towards the site. They've put up 2 smokes back to back just to ensure, you know, one behind the other, just to ensure that there are no real sight lines available. So money from the bomb plant, that's one of the big, you know, win conditions for this round. Now they just need to try and bide their time a little bit. Anna X has gone ahead and gotten another kill onto Lulitens. How has this round become winnable? Bazina, however, is still alive. She's sitting on 7-0 at the moment. She could absolutely turn this on its head, but it's Josie from behind that sets her down. Car now has to back away, has to hold on to the AWP. I wasn't expecting the Tech 9 shenanigans, but we got it anyway.
Oh, we got very close, though. The bomb was on Josie's back, and she ended up being solo long when FURIA had also rotated in towards Arch and Library. That round could have completely fallen apart if she had died and dropped the bomb in no man's land. So FURIA, a little bit unlucky they don't. There was a flashbang that came in that just completely blinded both of the Library players. But very tasty opening kills, very delicious Tech 9 headshots. And as well, look, that retake was also just kind of mismanaged from FURIA. It's a very messy round for them. They didn't seem prepared whatsoever. And For Magic capitalize upon that.
Good opportunity, or good time for them to have taken this opportunity as well. Where's the follow-up? We're already taking some strong control into Banana. Oh my god, nasty damage! Babs just sprays down alongside Josie. Not normally how you expect that Banana control to go, but they have completely run over every single player trying to hold on to the B site. The bomb's been planted. The AWP has been lost as well. So Car did so much to try and hold on to it, and unfortunately it does get stolen away. It's another round from For Magic. The aggression here, unmatched, unparalleled, and that tide has swept them out.
It's even more impressive as that was a triple B setup, and it feels very similar to the last, that FURIA just weren't ready for what For Magic were throwing at them. We talked a big game for Lulitens. She's currently sitting with a golden egg, 0-4, as we head into now round 6. And For Magic, they're starting to build up a bit of momentum as they've reset FURIA's economy. There's the saved A1S on Isa. She's going to have a kit, a nade, a flash. But Cars shouldn't buy anything because she won't save the AWP. And apart from that, yeah, it's just going to be a nade and a flash. This is For Magic, evening things up early on Inferno and in a dominant way.
Ooh, I'm so ready for this series. Oh, if it continues like this, it's going to deliver. Brandina now. Nice first shot. Oh my god, get out. That's actually unfair. Like, oh my god, Lulited's caught with util out. It's just, I mean, we didn't really expect too much to come out of this round rather. The one rifle that they still had. Oh, we got a team kill.
Anorex forgot that she left Furia.
Haha. Poor Babs. It's okay. She died for honor sins, but they got that extra round. Of course they did. That was never a round that they should have lost. We've seen crazier things, but
it was just super clean though.
Dictates.
Like it's honestly exactly what I was saying when Furia won their second round of like, that's a good sign for the future if they can build upon it. Furia, unfortunately, didn't. Or they did in the gun round, then it all fell apart. But for 4 Magic, like if you're kind of setting the tone of an underdog run, is that they started it all off because of the Tech 9s. They then won a super clean gun round, and they also then won a super clean anti-eco. That's the building blocks to success. Celax on the AWP. This is going to be such an exciting storyline of Celax has never played in the big leagues, now up against Mrs. Big League herself. Mm-hmm. But Celax is playing much better this season. Who's going to come out on top?
She is. Yeah, very much looking forward to seeing this. I mean, I was talking a moment ago about how this season she's kind of been running rings around Car statistically, but now they come head to head in the same matchup on the same map. Which one will win out in the AWP game today? We've got weaponry across the board here once again, and this is the moment where FURIA really do need to step up and shine. Now, they've already lost control of Banana, so they're going to have to try and stem the tide from way back here. They've also used a lot of their early utility, but each of them only has one little piece remaining in each of their belts. It's not a hell of a lot to try and stop this, and they might actually have to put a little bit more focus into retake because that's their second to last smoke. Only one remaining. The other one is over towards the A site, so they're not going to have it up here for Banana. Car has arrived. The lurk has been shut down. That's going to be the call to rotate. Now as the exec util starts to come out, Izza hasn't been spotted. Luli10's good for hers, good for her second as well. And finally, Izza gets hers. No one saw her. She bade her time, but eventually she'll get traded out. Her and Luli10's. Ana X tracks down, picks up the bomb on her back, and she is out of there. Slips down Banana, and A is free and clear. But Khan Gabs, not players to be underestimated. Once that bomb goes down, this could be troublesome. Here's the thing. Ana X has a decent smattering of utility. Khan Gabs have nothing. They're going to have to play off of each other perfectly.
Is there a kit down? Is Car going to pick up a kit anywhere?
She picked up a rifle.
She picked up a rifle, no kit. And also, look how late they are. Bring that back to the conversation of no kit. Time is of the essence. Ana X should be hearing them coming out of long. The bomb is planted for her on short. She has used her Molotov already. FURIA don't have a smoke for this defuse. They have no kit. Ana X just swings out, however, and Gabs reads into that. She taps it. She pre-fires. Is there enough time? It's going to be close. And just about FURIA have time. If Ana X hadn't just immediately swung, she probably wins that round.
The crazy thing is that is the third time today that I have seen a defuse that close. It happened earlier in Challenger League as well. The first time was like simple. Yeah, there you go. Name drop. That's who I was casting today. But yeah, it happened twice in the BC game. And now it's happened in Impact as well. Today is the day of skin of your teeth diffusers, it seems like. But FURIA get away with absolute murder in that round. And 4 Magic, unfortunately, allow it to slip through their fingers.
Ooh, double nade.
Oh, that's nasty. Oh, Babs avoids some of it, but not nearly enough to be comfortable.
She avoids death, to be fair, though. Like, double nade in that position, 9 out of 10 times, she's dead. The fact that she actually comes away with 21 HP is in itself successful.
Oh, there we go. Opening kill onto Brandina. Exactly what FURIA need.
I've seen this round before.
But they say those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. See if lessons have been learned this time around. This time, however, FURIA not using every last piece of utility that they have early on, so we'll have a little bit more to work with here. That being said, I mean, they still managed to make miracles happen even without util at the end of that previous round. Lulitens is blinded out of existence just about. Finally, Honor X will find her. Josie and Babs pushing in through the church. Now, Bazina has been run over. The B site free and clear. And again, it's Car and Gabs forced to just back away and save. The same two people. The scorelines have evened out, blow for blow, trade for trade. This merry-go-round never stops.
That's actually a pretty cool gimmick round from Magic. I was very scared we were just seeing the exact same round happen. And I think someone actually does need to say to Brandina, like, stop dying on A. That round's a little bit unfortunate because she gets peeked into in second mid. Like, they take the fight to her. So it is a little bit unfortunate. But as a lurk, you shouldn't be in a position where then when they get aggressive, you are able to die, right? Like, you should be safe enough where if someone does push apartments, you're not just dying for free in the side of the head. The reason why 4Magic win that round and they didn't the previous was because on round 7 when Brandina died to Car in mid, they panicked. They really were just like, we gotta go. But in round 8, they take a moment to like kind of collect themselves and then they go. And they also do it in this pop play knowing that FURIA will have 3 players there. They counteract that, a pop, a gimmick. Everyone's blind, they run through the CT smoke, and it's just kind of that slight little difference that they played off, and they did collect themselves, and that's what's really important is 4Magic keeping this one alive. It's even Stevens.
Oh my god, man. The explosive firepower, the aggression, we honestly have nothing. We have no cares to give. I'm trying so hard not to say the thing. They really just could not be bothered, man. Running straight up Banana and annihilating everything in their path. And then the best part is that they just back away. Like, cool, we got our 2 kills.
Just pause.
We out of here. See you later, fam. And now they wait for FURIA to get antsy, to get overly aggressive. 2 players now pushing out, ready and waiting. But unfortunately, they lose out on that battle. Gabs wins it instead. Now, they know that she's still here, but are they aware where anyone, literally anyone else is? Car now up on the balcony. Good for the first before she's traded. Gabs continuing to be an issue. Oh my god, utility in hand. And Izza, from so far away, finds herself in a damn near unwinnable scenario. The HE doesn't do what she wanted it to. They see where it comes from, and she gets spammed through the smoke. 4Magic back in the lead.
Gotta feel bad for FURIA because they make the right move and they get rewarded for it, but then they just get traded out really well. Like 4Magic there, from start to finish, it's really good trades. It's Jossie trading out Car, and it's also Gabs being traded out on shorts. That Jossie trade on Car was probably the most important trade of this first half, as it secured the round outright. I think 4Magic also got a little bit lucky in towards Banana because they missed their smoke. It was supposed to land a little bit more forward, and they can play around that. So FURIA actually would have liked that smoke to land because they would have been able to play around it a little bit better. But that is a very good look for 4Magic, as last time FURIA got aggressive on B, which is the first gun round, they trounced 4Magic. So we're starting to come into the end of this first half where this T side is winning out in the mid rounds, winning out in the early rounds, and their trades are not being contested well enough. This is a dangerous looking T side, as they're also going to be up against an eco for FURIA. This is going to be 6-4, and are they going to be able to maybe extend to an 8th or a 7th?
Also, while we are, talking about that leading up to the whole half thing, as we know over on our community stream, Atrix is taking on the Capybaras. They went into the half 8-4 in favor of Atrix. So Atrix looking very good to continue with their streak this season. Meanwhile, now FURIA, after losing that round, have found themselves in a very, very tight spot economically. Losing this one is going to allow 4Magic to get, at the very least, an evened out half. they should be able to buy back into the next round. So there is a world in which we go in 6-6. And that, I think, is a little bit scary because I think that once FURIA get onto the CT side, that's where FURIA are going to start to maybe feel the pressure that little bit more. As Gabs now gets caught out. And already having lost a player. Oh no, they're just going for a banana rush. 3 players have been spotted out. Surely, yep, there it is. That's the call, guys. Just hit A. Everybody's coming down banana. Babs is going to hold the line. And the bomb's going to be able to make its way over towards A pretty darn easily.
Yeah, it's not been a game where the ecos have actually worried anyone too much. Oh. Oh. Okay, should just be 1 kill. But to be honest, in the South America region, I'm not used to teams not worrying about ecos. They tend to get a little bit difficult. You were talking about diffusers, close one class today. Of course, a few eco wins already today. Ooh, bit of BM from Selix there. Shooting down her enemy AWPer. Selix hasn't really had much impact in this game, to be fair, so far. That is actually someone that it is T-side, so we can kind of give the benefit of doubt. But going on to that defense, I am going to be looking at Selix to get back into form.
Hoping to see a bit of a resurgence there. Josie's been having a great one as well. Her, Onyx, and Babs all just sitting on 9 kills apiece.
They're just killing everyone. They're just going in and killing everyone right now.
That's the other problem, right? Like, Selix is like, where am I supposed to get kills?
Well, she's just supporting them.
Ow.
Like that, to be fair, I maybe being a bit too harsh, but like on these banana executes, she is throwing all the util and it's working.
Yeah. And Gabs on the other side, sitting on 10 kills as well, doing her absolute best to keep FURIA alive in this series. Car's also kind of stepping up a little bit. It's actually Lulitens that's having a little bit of a tougher time at the moment. We're not really used to seeing her struggling, but I think that she's someone that we can rely on usually to come alive, particularly on the T side. It's not to say that she can't play CT, but I think someone with her aggressive prowess, looking forward to seeing what she does when we do swap over. But we've got 2 rounds left here. So perhaps FURIA can still snake these next 2, one after another, and turn that into a little bit more of an even affair. Again, lots of utility being laid down here just to slow things down a little bit. I think the relative lack of utility over towards Banana should be giving over the game a little bit. And there, of course, some of the util coming through. Car, beautiful reflexes from her. Manages to track that perfectly. Shot onto Josie is lovely, but Gabs has been run over, so the site's basically open. Oh, ran out blind. Another team kill? No, FURIA. You're giving over free kills. Now you're gonna get that bomb planted, but FURIA are 3 players strong. This time around, they do have a kit. The kit's on Lulitens, so Lulitens needs to try to survive, or at least be in a position where that kit can be recovered if she does end up going down. But it's a little bit of ring around the rosy here, as FURIA start to make their way in from the library side, and FURIA are reinforcing back towards main. Time slipping away here. Anna X trying to catch them from behind. Spots out one player. Lulitens, there she goes. Falling to the wayside. Babs ducking and diving into the smoke. Dodging out so many of these bullets. And despite the 2v3 disadvantage, Anna X and Babs play to perfection.
That's such a brazen post plant as well. Like for Anna X to have the cheek to start flanking long as they're retaking from long. High risk, high reward. And I was sitting there thinking, Bab just needs to get one and survive. She gets the one and then swings. And I'm like, oh, that's not what I would have done. But just kill anyway. And that's maybe why she's a professional player and I'm not. She's sitting 12-7. She's killing absolutely everybody, be it her teammates or the opponents. FURIA are playing better than FURIA right now in Inferno. But it's aggression once more. This has always worked out for FURIA. The aggression FURIA haven't really known how to deal with it.
I find it very funny that FURIA, they've had 2 rounds where they've got team kills and they've won both of those rounds. Like, all right, cool, fair enough. How was that not a collat? How does she get the player behind?
She overswings.
All right, cool, fair enough. She gets hers before she's put down. 2 versus 3. We've seen 4 Magic in this situation before.
What?
However, at that point, the bomb has been planted.
What?
And yeah, Bazina,
Why?
a bit of an interesting push through the smoke there entirely alone. No one there to back her up. Finds herself in a rough position. Does get put down. And what was an advantage has been snatched into a decided disadvantage. No kit on board this time around. So they don't really have the time to work with like they did in the previous round. It's going to have to be perfection on... Oh, there you go. Thank you, production. There's a kit on the ground there. Must have been Luli that had it. Oh my god. Babs, even though she gets flashed out, she's still able to survive. Izza doesn't know where the last player is. Ooh, the panic spray. And now it's that ring around the rosy once more. Izza might not be aware of where that kit is. Even if she is, time is not on her side, folks. And this will be that 8th round going in favor of 4 Magic. 8-4 at the half.
I'm going to need someone to come and pinch me real quick because we've already seen Atrix beat FURIA in the second week of gameplay. And now 4 Magic are currently 8-4 up against FURIA. And FURIA won the pistol round. And in all honesty, 4 Magic look like the better team.
And interestingly, we spoke about Car being a little bit of a weak link so far this season. Luli Tens has really struggled to find any sort of impact so far. We'll see.
Really struggled on B. Really struggled on B that half. Lutens was, I think there was one round she got a double and they won. But apart from that, she was really struggling. She was like 0 and 6.
Yeah. Yeah, for the longest time just was not on the board. But hopefully now we can see some changes come through. They've already managed to make their way in through onto the B site, crack through Banana. Wasn't the site where the stack was, so that allows them to get that plant down. Extra little bit of money available for them. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, swinging that was dangerous after Car had already been taken out, but she was stuck. She had to do something. Unfortunately, couldn't even take one down with her. So now 3 versus 4. Strafing, ducking, diving, dodging, trying to survive. Izza and Lulitens have managed to secure the end of that round. Furia will go up to 5. It's their second pistol.
Izza in the hot seat over towards triple. Thrives under that pressure and really needed to as well. I thought we were going to see back-to-back CT pistol wins off retakes. And that would have been quite brutal for the old FURIA squad. But they've got a breath of fresh air. Issue is that might not last for very long, as for Magic keeping that pressure alive. They're going to be forcing into this second round. They're not going to give away this lead for free. They're going to fight tooth and nail for it. 257s, 3, make it 3. Deagle and MP9 and not much utility. This is going to have to come down to most likely raw mechanics and FURIA going towards A, where currently the stack is set up.
How quickly the plans can be shifted away. I mean, they went B. That one worked. You don't want to become too telegraphed. Interesting call, because usually, I mean, very often a team will win on a particular site and they'll just kind of keep hitting that until it stops working. So for 4 Magic to have made the call to reinforce A once again, it's an interesting one. That being said, it looks like FURIA were just, JK, kidding. Haven't committed to anything just yet. That's actually going to allow a rotation to come through as well. They've given enough time for Zelax to get into a better position here. But it's going to be the entirety of 4 Magic have realized that it was all just smoke and mirrors. They've already reinforced over towards the B site. Babs has got no first kill. She's going to follow that up with a Get out, Babs! How have you done that? You have a pistol! You're not supposed to do that! Anna X will follow it up with one of her own, gets a second, and between the two of them with pistols, Freddy! They have shut down Fear. They have declawed the Panthers. I'm actually crashing out.
Trades? It's not like that was some intricate, like, oh wow, she got flashed in and then they were all blind. It's like, no, she stood there and killed 3 people with a 5-7.
Oh no.
What is going on? They've won both pistol rounds on this map and they've got 5 rounds. Okay, Babs, maybe a little bit overeager. No bottom banana smoke. Does actually just run to her grave after getting that first kill. I just don't get it. I'm speechless. But amusingly enough, FURIA might give 4 Magic a taste of their own medicine because on their pistols, they're succeeding. The bomb's in T-spawn. Zelax has run down bottom mid. They know she's here and she doesn't anticipate the bomb to be in T-spawn. She assumes it's gone to the side. And just like that, the madness continues because back and forth we go with these force buy wars.
Oh my heaven. Okay, that was a needed round for FURIA just for the sake of their own sanity, I feel like, because
honestly
after
for me
losing
as well.
That previous round, oh dude, man, I think we all just kind of lost our minds at that point. Lulitens comes up as well. I said that the T side was where I was really gonna be looking for her to wake up a little bit more, and off the back of that round, I mean, if they'd lost that round, I think that would have been kind of the end of the line. So winning that one's an important one. It's kind of reset the economy to an extent as well. So 4 Magic don't have terribly much to work with into this round. Decent weaponry, but it's not, it doesn't go toe-to-toe by any measure. So this is a really important one for FURIA to just kind of create some momentum for themselves, start building out some of that long-term economy. How has Josie survived for this long? Whatever, she's able to reposition. I like that. Car just kind of, oh, you know what? It's fine. Ignore the smoke. We're just gonna back the hell out of here. Start moving on over towards that A site. It is relatively well reinforced. However, Brandina playing from the pit. Yes, rotation's coming in. Oh, that flash. It's just devastation. They've split up. They're coming in from a variety of different directions. They're not covering each other's backs. And Bazina, last one left alive, will be utterly destroyed. FURIA trying so hard to make a pincer attack. And they're just getting squashed like a bug.
Just straight up nothing works from that round. And I hope for Magic, if they are going to win this map, they learn from, okay, maybe let's not just send it down banana. Let's just not give them opening kills. Because as soon as they play a default, they are better. They're winning. Anorex, Babs, and Jossie are having the map of their careers up against what is the de facto best team in women's Counter-Strike right now. They beat Imperial Valkyries at the end of last year on home soil after narrowly losing to them in the Season 6 Grand Finals. They beat them in the Series 7 semifinals. They claimed the trophy in Dallas. And now they've come back home. And there could be so many reasons. Complacency, maybe feeling like you've already achieved the main goal and what more is there to do and you stop trying. But currently for Magic, the leftovers in the South American scene are about to be a map up.
Still like processing what's just been happening in the last couple of rounds. It's been something. 4-round deficit now for FURIA. And that's the thing, right? 4 rounds is not unrecoverable. But with the way that the economy's been shaping up, it puts them in an almost impossible scenario. Selex with a nice little chunk of damage done there. Re-peaks it. Izzo, while fully blind, is able to get that kill. Now it's information gone for the 4 Magic squad. A nice chunky HE. All right, we're chipping away at the health bars. Trying to find some advantages here. We know, I mean, it's 2 Tech 9s, it's a Mac 10, and absolutely no utility left. So now we're going to have to push out. First player spotted up on the balcony. Onyx has been run over. Somehow Gabs from balcony wins out on Brandina, and now only 2 players remain for 4 Magic. And with the money the way that it is, yes, pull back, save the weapons. FURIA give themselves a little bit of space to breathe.
Can someone just win 2 rounds in a row? It's like, as soon as someone has the better weaponry, it feels like they play worse. Selex just doesn't need to go for that re-peek in towards long, doesn't need to get flashed in, can't just go back and play the 3-player defense on that A bomb site. Babs even has the good rotation. She's over at the right time and is the only player to get a kill as the rotation. The A defenders themselves don't actually get a kill. Jossie is going to try and survive. She's actually taken away an AK and 2 players. That's good damage and good survival instincts for Magic. They've still got a 3-round lead and they're still going to actually have a pretty decent purchase, all things considered. But they just got to realize and weigh up the risk to reward of you're up against a low buy, they have no util. Do we need to take the fight to them? No. How have we lost both the rounds against the low buy? We took the fight to them.
All right. Can we turn that into momentum? It's going to take a whole hell of a lot more here for me to start believing that FURIA are back and with a vengeance. And okay, Izza, that's the way to make me, but no! How has that happened? How has that happened? How has Carr knifed Luli 10? Somebody explain to me what the hell just happened. All right, Ana X now, she will take that advantage and she will absolutely run with it. Selex as well has managed to take down Bazina. Carr versus Gabs. You can see Carl's not impressed with herself, man. Holy, they're going to rotate all the way over towards that A site. Bomb's going to get planted, maybe? Because the rotations are already coming in from 4 Magic. They're trying to cut this off. They're trying to head them off as fast as possible. But yes, we'll start punching in those digits and we'll get that down, that extra little bit of cash. 2 versus 3. It's certainly doable, but we cannot afford to make even a single mistake. We're spotting out into main. Car gets that first kill onto Ana X, but now her position is known, so she's going to have to relocate ever so slightly. Now, the reinforcements start to move in. Gabs has won her duel, and it's just Selex remaining. She hasn't spotted out Car. Now she knows that where Gabs is, but she allows them to team up. She allows them to get together, and in tandem, they shut it down. That round nearly broke me, but FURIA recover.
I think that round broke everyone involved, to be honest. Car's just killing everyone. Eza double opener. Yeah, Eza double opener almost gets undermined. And there's this last-ditch effort to see if they can just rotate over towards the A bomb site. And it's a very uncoordinated retake. For Magic, give away now the opportunity to end off this map on a pretty easy note. They have to do things the hard way. They've had so many opportunities. The retakes, especially in that previous round, just kind of squandered, honestly. It's going to be a one-round game after this eco round. And maybe we counted FURIA out a little bit too early, because there is one thing for certain. If you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Ooh. All right. They have somehow managed to bring themselves back into a contestable scenario. Remember, we went into this 8-4, they won the pistol round, and then things got really weird. All right, I mean, we keep making jokes about silly season. Guys, they're making...
This is silly season. Yeah, this actually is the silly season.
Okay, but FURIA back in with a bye. So are for Magic. Again, we're on slightly more even footing. It's not perfect because utility is going to have to be used somewhat sparingly. Oh, Selex has been shut down. Brandina gets caught getting too aggressive. And finally, FURIA have a well-won advantage. They're finally finding their footing a little bit better. We'll get one trade back from Josie. Reinforcements start to arrive, but oh my god, Babs is still alive. This is a problem. Oh my god, she almost gets the 4K clutch, but Bazina at the very last second denies that from happening.
Babs is playing out of her goddamn mind right now. 23 kills, tippy top of the scoreboard, but it doesn't matter. She had to 1v4 and she's so close. The wheels are falling off for Magic. Babs is trying to super glue them on, but maybe it's a little bit too little too late. Maybe they've missed their opportunity, and FURIA, I think honestly if they win Inferno, that's the series all said and done, because for Magic, that would be so devastatingly brutal.
I just have to point out, Babs is sitting on 23 kills.
She's trying her best. She's trying her best. She truly is.
Brandina and Selex are on 6 and 7. They are still on single digits.
Yeah. Brandina's lurks, Selex's peaks. Like that last round, they both died instantly because they're both getting aggressive on two different parts of the map. It's CS 101.
But this is an anti-eco. So for the first time, FURIA might actually get a lead here. Like, I mean, aside from the pistol round, like way back.
I think they were 3-1 up or something like that.
Yeah. So they got pistol and then they had like a couple of rounds and then suddenly everything just got like...
They were 3-0 up. Yeah. And then they went 4-3. They did win a gun round. They actually won 2 gun rounds in the first half, amazingly, and only got 4 rounds, which doesn't really make sense. They won pistol, 2 gun rounds, and only got 4 rounds. Hey-ho.
Hey-ho, let's go. Yeesh. And you can see how much that paranoia is getting to them. The fact that they're playing this slow on an anti-eco. And of course, when there are pistols on board, you have to be careful. You never know what crazy shenanigans are going to get thrown at you at any given moment. The fact that it wasn't even an eco rush is probably them just going, something's fishy here, guys. But eventually they'll find themselves on the side. Eventually they'll get that bomb planted. And I think realistically, it's just going to be maybe... No, not even. I thought maybe they'd go and look for some exits, but they're just hard chilling. There's a bit of Kevlar there. You know, they don't want to give that up unnecessarily. So they're hanging out and they're waiting for the next round. They've allowed FURIA without any real sort of pushback to take this 11th round for themselves. And I'm very curious to see what the following round is going to look like.
Terrorists win.
Four Magic have only got 2 rounds on their CT side, and they've both been force buys. FURIA take back the lead in what could be the dying embers of Inferno. Are we gonna, for once this season, return back to normality? Sounds boring to me.
I was about to say, nah.
For Magic, 3 players towards B. This is a little bit different. This is new. Brendina, don't die towards A. Don't overextend and let these 3 players work their magic. Excuse the pun. And it looks like they're actually going to get Banana completely scot-free. And FURIA are already maneuvering themselves to set up for this A attack. But Xena needs to be careful she doesn't overplay her hand on B, because she's just trying to be a nuisance right now. And instead, she's actually just been dinked. Stellax is already rotating around, but FURIA, they're starting to poke and prod onto A.
Yeah, but they're nervous. I mean, Gabs gets really far up to top Banana and instantly turns back. Bomb's starting to angle its way back over towards Banana as well. Like, relatively undecided. And it looks like, okay, no, we're actually going to start pushing back towards Banana this time. And Babs is ready and waiting. She's going to spot out ahead. There you go. Bullets was past her, but she'll drop that smoke. They presume that she's alone. She gets up close and personal, but she gets run over by a flying Izza. Somehow, however, rotations have come in fairly quickly. That's a beautiful Molotov to just slow things down a little bit, but unfortunately, they can be circumvented. Now, Stellax has to find herself in position, but she's been forced back as well. Bomb's going to get planted. FURIA now have an advantage, a strong one. Player advantage. Bomb has been planted. They can watch every avenue. Banana is covered. And that's it. For Magic realizes nothing to be done in this round. They're backing away. They're giving over map point to FURIA.
Babs hasn't made many mistakes this map. Hell, she hasn't made many mistakes this season. She's the 2nd highest rated player in the league for a reason. That was a pretty big mistake. That was a pretty big mistake.
Bearing in mind, Luli10s was the top-rated player last season.
Yeah, I mean, and I think she's top-rated player this season, no?
Is she? I'm not actually sure.
Luli10s. Anyways, kind of against the point though of like, Babs throws a smoke and fights. Sorry, Bazina's highest rated player. Luli10s is not far away. Babs throws smoke and fights. Didn't have to fight. Could have just thrown that smoke and got back onto the bomb site. As you said in the moment, rotations were super close. Could have played the numbers game and could have also just jump peeked, come all the way back and smoked yellow wall. Like the half, like even, you know, onto the bomb site, right? If she wants to be ultra passive. FURIA, as they're coming up, they jump peek over half wall. They spot that Babs is still there and they just come through that smoke spraying. She dies, round over. And Babs, she's been near flawless, but in the most important round, she makes a crucial mistake. FURIA now have 2 opportunities to close out Inferno. This has been all for Magic up until the 11th hour. Again, 3 players towards B. Stellax right over here with the AWP. Didn't have much impact in the last round over here with the AWP. Maybe this time she can have some fun with it.
Such a high stress moment. I feel like casters should have those like heart monitors. Just put that on the screen. You can see how we
see how unhealthy I am. Why is his resting heart rate 90?
Damn.
I'm not that bad. 80.
It gets, I mean, to be fair, what resting heart rate when you're casting CS? That ain't resting. The panic starts to set in, not just for the players, but for those of us watching as well. All right, full magic. Oh, Josie. Oh, Annex. She's been flashed out. Brendina's died in a in the fire and flames. They must know Josie's behind them. Selex has missed her shot. You can see the disappointment. They know it's happened. 4 versus 2. Babs is still alive. Alongside Josie, it's going to take a miracle. No utility for them. They do have kits, but that is only going to come into play much later, assuming they can actually get these kills. They're far removed from one another, but Josie will get that first kill. Her position is now known. Babs has already been lost. Josie has so much to do and cannot get it done. FURIA will take this first map in the series, and we were starting to wonder. We were starting to have our doubts. But as messy as it looked, as crazy and chaotic with all of the mistakes that were made, it is a strong FURIA that is somehow able to stabilize amidst the chaos and pull and drag this round.
And actually be probably playing at that level that they were playing on Inferno at the beginning. And I just feel really bad that they go on to the second half. It feels like they're all guns blazing. They win the conversion. Okay, they lose against the Force Buy again, but then they win another conversion. And it's like, from that point onwards, it was just a non-starter for Magic. They completely fell off and maybe just tried to finish the game a bit too early with some very aggressive plays. And that ultimately lent a hand to FURIA. So now, on their map pick, I've got an unfortunate feeling that this could be quite one-sided, Sam.
Well, both teams have had a moment to potentially do a little bit of deliberation between the two maps. So let's see if the troops have been rallied on either side. As already a little bit of damage has been done to Brendina. She got forced out of her position, and FURIA were taking advantage of that, slowly making their way up long here. Flash over the top. Bazina looking to get into position, spots out that first player. Now in tandem with the rest of the squad, they're 3 strong, doing quite a bit of, taking a few pot shots here to find that opening. The second kill will come through, a third to follow it up, and well, it feels like the CT side on this round have capitulated. Get a little bit of damage done on their own, but that's a 3rd pistol round for FURIA.
They've just been in all the pistol rounds. And it was actually a very, very key and pivotal part to their success on Inferno that they were able to get just a morsel of rounds on that first half. Because without the pistol round victories, it could have actually ended up being like a 10-2 half of Fort Magic. So FURIA, they've had maybe an over-reliance perhaps on the pistol rounds. But in games like this where they're showing their, I don't even want to say B game, like CD game, sometimes you really need a pistol round.
Need that little something to springboard off of. They'll be feeling pretty good about themselves and the fact that they've been able to do that again. 1 more pistol round under the belt and another opportunity. I would just want to give everybody an update. Atrix versus Capyvaras, 9-3 at the half on map number 2. So looking very much like Atrix are going to be going up to 4-1 in their scoreline, which leaves some interesting potential scenarios for FURIA. We'll get into that a little bit later on. As, no, you know what? We can get into that right now. Because obviously, with Atrix having already beaten FURIA, if they do tie up when it comes to the end of the season, well, it comes down to that head-to-head, and we already know Atrix have won that. So the more that these two go neck and neck, the more likely it is that FURIA actually don't make it to the finals.
That would be ridiculous, to say the least. I'm not sure how I would process all of that. Right now, though, it's actually going to be a bit of a FURIA purchase from 4 Magic. Basically, what that means is they don't fully invest into what would ordinarily be the first gun round. They buy MP9s, half armor, and they try do something gimmicky, get a few kills, do damage, gain a lot of money. They play this round as a bit of a default, which I'm not sure I'm a massive fan of, and actually just get picked off in rotation. It was a very quick play from FURIA. They just charged onto the B-bomb site. There was no one really home, and it's actually the SMG of Isa who's doing the majority of the heavy lifting. Got the opener, and is now getting all the cleanup kills, 3 in total. That's an extra $1,800 for her. So the FURIA purchase for 4 Magic didn't work out. But what it does mean, though, at least the silver lining, they get a full buy now in this quote-unquote first gun round.
And of course, Selex being able to pull out the AWP here could be a little bit of a difference maker.
Big asterisks on could after the first map.
Yeah, 100%, right? Like, Selex, we know she's capable, much like Car is capable, but both of them have not looked their best form throughout the series today, but both of them will have AWPs in hand. So again, we'll keep an eye on that battle, see which one of the 2 AWPers is finding the best results.
Miss smoke from the T side out on long. It means that Brandina just gets space quicker, and AnaX is able to rotate quicker. If there was something a little bit more behind it, might have actually given a kill away. But all it is just for the T side is extra information. Salax on the AWP. It's a rough one. She gets Ferrari peeked, and the gates have opened. Isa is not holding her punches. She is fighting her way forward. Left, right, good night for Magic.
Well, Magic finding themselves in the 9th circle of hell right now. I can't remember which one was the 9th, bro. I'll be perfectly honest with everyone. But the deepest, darkest level of hell currently. Because this has just not gone their way. Through the fire and the flames, FURIA have certainly picked things up. And this was our concern. Inferno being for Magic's map pick, you could see it being a little bit closer. You could even see the world where for Magic come out on top of it. But we're now on FURIA's home turf. We're now where they have wanted to be. And so far, it has been domination throughout the beginning stages of this map, right? There's still time for things to change, but this being that first gun round, unfortunately, after this round being lost, round 5 is usually the momentum shifting round. This time around, that's not going to be the case because they don't have the money to make that happen. They've kind of done some weird things with their economy, and it means that in this round, upgraded pistols are likely the best that they can hope for. Meanwhile, FURIA are staring down the barrel of like 6 consecutive rounds.
And very easy. Like, these last 2 rounds, obviously there's been a differentiating purchase between the 2 teams, but they've been super easy. And this kind of lines up with what I was saying at the beginning of the map and then kind of that pre-show before the map is for Magic probably lost a lot of steam after Inferno. Bouncing back is not going to be easy. And especially when Babs did so much work and they didn't win, do they need someone to perform to that caliber again? Well, so far, 2 players haven't even got out the starting gate. And Jossie actually had a good Inferno. Babs was on a kill. Brandina and AnaX have 2. Sure, it's still very early on, but this is not a situation that for Magic can afford a slow start, I'm afraid.
Speaking of slow starts, Car's still... Well, she's yet to leave the starting gate, to be honest. And a little bit of a rougher time finding her footing. And again, I mean, this is exactly why she was our player to watch. We're waiting for her to show the signs of the Car that we are so familiar with. Unfortunately, we're just not seeing that yet. Thankfully, the rest of the team are picking up that little bit of slack, and that's an important one, to know that your team can step up when things are kind of going contrary to the way that you feel that they should be. And of course, as mentioned, this round should go pretty much as expected. Sure, there's a decent little bit of firepower there in the hand cannon, the MP9 to try and build up a bit of extra cash, but it's going to be sat straight down. And at that point, it should just be, yep, clean up. FURIA up to 5 for Magic. Now we look to round number 6 to try and turn things around, to try and find some foothold to claw back into this map.
Also, you were correct. Good philosophy knowledge. Theology, philosophy, be more philosophy. Dante's Inferno, 9th circle of hell is the innermost circle. I did have to search up what it was, though. It's the apparently most severe sin of treachery. I actually didn't remember that one, so I'll put my hands up as well. I was like, I'm pretty sure 9th's the innermost, but I couldn't remember what it was. Anyways, regardless, that's kind of where maybe for Magic, I wouldn't say they're in the 9th circle just yet. They're in the kind of like, it's not great. They're in like the 7th. I wouldn't say they're in like, you know, they're it isn't game over just yet, but life is starting to get a little bit hard. This is a big round, actually. I think this is a super telling round of like, okay, first gun round. Look, Selak's got opening killed, and then Easy just got two. Like, Easy just got 2 opening kills, round over. You didn't actually really get to default. So in this round, it's like, let's see more of what 4Magic can offer on the CT side of Dust2.
The 7th Hell being violence. Yeah, checks out.
They need violence. Yeah, they need to be maybe a bit violent.
Yeah, I mean, Counter-Strike as well, you know, gun game. Yeah, violence checks out. We are checking out mid, seeing if we can find a pivot point here, getting that crowbar in and trying to leverage our way through. And already we found an Ingwe onto the B site, and the 2 anchors have already been put to rest. Babs and Josie, unfortunately, not going to be allowed to play the rest of this round. And it's yet one more for FURIA, because let's face it, there's no world in which 4Magic actually push this. So they're just going to back away, hold on to their weapons. FURIA already up to 6. After the absolute meme that was Inferno, this is more like the FURIA we've come to expect. Maybe not in terms of the individuals, but in terms of the dominance, this is what we were looking for.
Yes, no, everything in between. It's like FURIA just playing Isa, go kill. And you know what? She's killing. Last time, 4Magic couldn't save their weapons.
Terrorists win.
Holding my breath. We're all holding our breath. They saved the 3 weapons that they attempted to save. So at least they have that benefit. But FURIA are just hitting 4Magic so fast everywhere, and so far they do not know what to do.
Alright, 4Magic fans, this is where we need to see some of that support coming through. Because they could really use your energy right now. They could use those good vibes radiating through the entirety of South America. They're just not having a good time right now. A wall of smoke means that Babs is not going to get an early pick off here. Gives FURIA a relatively free walk up. Ooh, a bit of HE damage there onto Gabs. Slow things down ever so slightly. Waiting for the smoke to clear down long as well. But that gives them a little bit of time to clear out short, or even just post someone up, right? So they'll probably just leave Izza here, and the rest will meet up with the long contingent. There you go. All right, we'll have Gabs chilling in mid as well. This is good. This is a good setup from them. It's some decent map control. Gives them some nice sight lines to try and pivot off of. Still haven't actually made any moves just yet. A flash over top. Nothing pushing out of it. Izza is playing that tip of the spear, looking to get some early information, aggressing in so that she can try and pass on anything to the rest of her team. They start walking up slowly. Unfortunately, Bazina's going to get taken out, but at least there is a trade to follow up. Selak's traded off on as well, and this hasn't gone nearly as well as FURIA were hoping, but still somewhat in the driving seat. However, Anna X is still alive, and between her and Babs, they'll shut down the last remaining pushers onto the site. Now Gabs has to recover the bomb, and 1v3, tap, 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 but the taps do not land, and Anna X will put the final nail in the coffin of that round. Felt like a bit of a weird one from FURIA, but you know what? 4Magic take advantage, and that's what we needed to see.
They'll take those. They'll take the weird ones. They'll take the oddballs. And that is the value of saving those 3 weapons, including the orb. It's a really good hold towards the A-bomb site. Selak finally gets on the scorecard. But Anna X, to be honest, I feel like is kind of the MVP. She only actually gets, well, she gets 2 kills in total, but only 1 in like the direct execute. But the reason why I highlight her is just her survival instincts. She stays alive on that A-bomb site, and everyone's attention is drawn to her, which therefore then allows for the rotations to pick off the short player, right? So Anna X, big value. 4Magic. They get on the board. They do probably the hardest thing and just get that first round after being on this downward spiral. But if I know FURIA, I know they're not just going to allow them to string a few rounds together. They're going to want to stamp down their iron fist ASAP.
Speaking of, Atrix have stamped down their iron fists. 2-0 versus the Capybaras. They've gone up to 4-1
Nope, not true.
overall standings. Okay, Freddy. Oh, what are you? Oh, no. They weren't expecting Babs to be up close and personal against the smoke. Surely. Bazina! You knew she was there. And she dies to Babs as well. Now, they have made their way in onto the site. The bomb's going to get planted, but it's a 5v3 retake. If there was ever a time where the retake was possible, it would be now. Car's at a good spot as well to hold on to window in case anybody tries to pop through there. And Gabs is right up against the door playing anti, hoping that she can dodge as much of those flashes as humanly possible. Somehow, Babs and Josie make their way onto the site, but they're going to get shut down. Car lives up to the hype at last, gets that kill, shuts that down, and Brendina is forced to turn tail and run. FURIA was a rough start to the round, but again, they recover.
MVP Gabs. MVP Gabs over towards Car, and she just gets the majority of kills. Luten's a little bit scrappy, but she played as the bait. This is a pretty disappointing round for 4 Magic because, yeah, Babs does so much heavy lifting, and the utility, like, it's not bad for Magic, but it's also not good enough in that 5 versus 3. Very sloppy retake. You have a 2-player advantage, and they don't get a single kill on the retake. That could be not even necessarily the beginning of the end, because I think we've got past that, but like 4 Magic get around, instantly gets ripped back away, but at least Celax is able to get an opening kill with the AWP to provide some salvation for her squad.
I was waiting for anyone crazy enough to show their presence. Oh, and it's Celax that does it as well, but Ana X has been good for 2. She's just kind of sprayed down. She's been able to reposition after the flash. She doesn't actually get that kill. I really thought that she did, but no. In the end, it's going to be Izza who gets a nice little spray down. She's up to 12-4 at the moment, having a phenomenal performance thus far. And it's another round where 4 Magic, it feels like, oh, maybe they can find an opening for themselves, get that opening kill, maybe pivot off of that. But nope. FURIA just consistently able to stabilize. And I think that that's probably one of the things that makes this team so incredibly scary, is that no matter how devastating things look, there is always a way back in.
There's always an individual that can pull them out the trenches. It's Lulitens, it's Car, it's Bazina, Gabs getting a 3k on a hold, Isa clutching up a 1 versus 2, or just getting a double entry. Like, everyone can do something. And Lulitens, I thought she was going to get caught off guard there. I thought Brendina, a position that she hasn't played before, was going to get overlooked. Speaking about overlooked, Babs thought that Bazina was part of the furniture there for a second. And throughout all of the chaos, 4 Magic have the advantage. Celax, though, Shadow, and she will strike. Gets the advantage, doesn't overplay it, and it's Car in a 1 versus 4. We've been talking about how she's had a troublesome time so far in this season of ESL Impact. What a way it would be to change her fortunes right here. What a statement it would be. Swings out with the rifle, and it's only good for 1 as Ana X, the rock of this A-bomb site, does not let her crown slip.
I don't know if you're seeing this, but it feels to me like Car has lost her confidence. She's not playing like we are used to. One of the things that we talk about the most about Car is what a ridiculously aggressive AWPer she is. She runs into crazy positions. She's taking space. She's the one, like, on the CT side who's running out mid-doors, trying to get a ridiculous kill and then somehow, you know, getting away, or her teammates are kind of backing her up to allow her to get that opening kill and backing out. Like, she's crazy aggressive. She plays like a psychopath, and it's what we love about her. And that confidence seems to be gone.
I think the issue is you just can't do that in CS like flat anymore, right? Like, that's something that was a big thing with Ana as well. Like, Ana got nerfed massively by CS2 because her whole thing was this mega aggressive style, and it took her so long to get used to AWPing in CS2. And I think, I don't know if I'd use the word confidence for Car, but definitely she's lost her mojo. I think for me, that kind of makes it feel better, because I don't think she's lost her confidence perhaps, but she's lost how maybe to feel right playing the game. Regardless, we did just talk over what was actually a really dominant round, and especially from Babs and Underpass just in the Matrix. It's really good to see that she's keeping her good performance, and Selex also having more impact in these last few rounds than she did on the whole of map 1.
Ooh, hectic. Babs continues to be a very important factor for Magic. I mean, we knew she would, right? I think that she's arguably the top performer on this team, just in terms of like raw firepower and consistency as well. So very cool to see her kind of stepping up constantly. But now we're in the last round and a half here, and FURIA are in a very tough spot economically, because that round was not only dominant, but it was also important to allow FURIA to have something to bring into this round. And what they've now brought in is a couple of Tech 9s, 10, one rifle. They've walked straight into Josie's sightline. Finally, Josie will be put down. A smoke's going to come out on the site. They're going to have to know that there's somebody in there ducking and diving, but not going to be long for this world, unfortunately. They know that this B site is where they've had so much success before, and they do not want to allow this 4th round to be handed over for free. Now for Magic, they have to go for this. They can't back away. They can't save. This is the last round. So if it's going to happen, it's got to happen now. And yes, we have set up that flank here. No one's really watching for it, but as they make their way in onto the site, the flank's not even going to get an opportunity to come to fruition. It's 9-3 at the half here for FURIA. Absolute dominance.
Still see things in my apartment, or
the queens of Counter-Strike currently giving us, for the first time, some semblance of normality in ESL Impact silly season. 9-3 up on their map pick. They're a map to the good. They'll look to win their 4th pistol round out of 4 pistol rounds and just close out this map with ease.
Certainly feels like that's the trajectory that we're on. Still a few more rounds to go. And bearing in mind, FURIA went into the half on Inferno 8-4 and they won that map, so can't really count anyone out just yet. Nice early damage done. Well, there you go. ForMagic very quickly running over the defensive line here over on the A site. Bomb's going to get planted. 2 players left. One is still way back in mid over towards that B site. Little really left to do in this round. Maybe look for a couple of exits, but am I tripping? Are they just... This is a pistol round, right? Like, I'm not... I haven't, like, lost track of time somewhere.
Saving the double flash.
And the Kevlar,
Goated.
I guess?
The Kevlar makes sense. Double flash, I'm not too sure about.
Okay.
Just
Not gonna lie, I
Gabs
really thought I
can't-
was in the Twilight Zone for a second.
Oh, we've used one of the flashes. Hey, kills? Many kills.
Enough.
And Gab saves all her armor. Yeah, I mean, I think there was an argument someone was making once, whereas like, you should never save as a CT side because if the bomb explodes for the T side, lesser known fact is they get $250 extra per person. So people were trying to make the argument of like, you should never, ever, ever save on a pistol round CT side, which like, inherently I don't disagree with, but I think 250 doesn't make that much of a difference.
I don't know, man.
Ooh,
In
I
this
wanna... In this economy, man. I wanna... Salix is saving for an AWP. That's why she's gone P250 and Molo.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably because she anticipates FURIA to be going for Eco. FURIA have forced up. Will that P250 purchase come to haunt Salix?
Surely not. Surely not.
Not in this economy.
Ha. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. A little bit of an unfortunate trade there, but that's okay. Spotted out a couple more players so we can start calling in reinforcements. The cavalry has some time now to rotate in. Oh my goodness. Izza just got blasted out of existence. Josie was full blind as well, but that's okay. Lily10s with the pistol showing up. Unfortunately, very quickly put down as well. Trades very much going in favor of ForMagic at the moment, so not too many regrets just yet. Car back up onto the scouts once more because I think that this is going to be another save.
Yeah.
At least an attempt of one.
I think it would be foolhardy for ForMagic to also overextend and try and fight this. Ill-advised, to say the least. So it should be a tip of the hat, the tip of the fedora. Everyone shall save. And it's slow and steady for ForMagic as they are looking to grind out these rounds. War of attrition style.
It feels like FURIA are to an extent trying to think about the long game, I suppose. But with that force up on the second round, that's put them in a bit of a weird scenario because they were hoping to, you know, win that round. And unfortunately, it kind of hasn't gone that way. And they obviously got a couple of kills off the back of that. But look at their money. I mean, this probably should have been a rifle round for them. And instead, it's the 2 saved guns and then, you know, a smattering of pistols. And 1 smoke, 1 flash, it feels like. Because they obviously got that smoke in mid. And then Car has the 1 flash. And that's kind of it that they have to work with. Babs, however, will be able to get an opening here. Can't follow it up with the second, man. Multi-kills just seem to be a bit of an issue at the moment. But it's going to be ForMagic who will get that second and open up the site for themselves. So the free bomb plant, very quick to follow. Utility, look, just in case anybody was trying to get cheeky. No one around, so with that being thrown down, maybe it presents an opportunity here for FURIA. Bazina's picked up an AK.
Oh, Molo as well.
Serious firepower. Yeah, Molotov there as well, just to try and flush somebody off
Oh,
their
it's
position.
landing perfectly.
Oh, it's beautiful. They've forced her out, but no one's looking for her. No, there we go. Bazina gets herself into position. She's going to shut that down, but the bomb is continuing to tick away. Josie is still alive. Now it's the pistol trying to face off. Car turns around to go and get an AK. She manages to get that first kill. She's so dangerously low on health. Doesn't have anything to deal. She manages to do a lot of damage, and maybe, yes, Salax will fall at the end of the round, but they're not able to recover it. That being said, FURIA didn't really have much in that round, so by all accounts, you could chalk that up to a win.
Yeah, that's a big fat W for FURIA, to be honest. There wasn't a way they were going to win that round, and you can see that it was just purely, let's get damage, and that's exactly what they do. So for Magic, after going 3-0 up in this second half, it could all come crashing down. They lose this round, they've got pretty much nothing left in the reserve, nothing left in the tank. We've yet to see them properly tested on this T side, and I am cautious about their Dust2 as they have played it twice this season against Capybaras and Dusty Roses. They've won both games, but those are some pretty difficult... those are some pretty easy teams, and the scorelines weren't super convincing. So if there's ever a time to convince us, it's a 3-9 comeback on Dust2.
3 rounds under the belt. They've caused some serious discomfort for FURIA, but not to the extent, I think, where the sweat starts to shine. We've still got a little bit of a buffer here, but it's full Magic now angling over towards this B side. Oh, Bazina's been sprayed down in mid with all that wall of smoke ahead of them. How has Gabs just mowed through the two play? Okay. All right then, Gabs tries to escape out of the main doors and just walks straight into Selex's shotgun op. Bomb's gonna be planted. FURIA, this felt like a doable round, and it has been snatched away yet again. This is turning into a little bit of a runaway train.
It was almost a great round from FURIA, almost a great hole in the B bomb site. But a first gun round win for Magic. It's slow, it's steady, but these rounds are starting to rack up. FURIA will save Car and Lily Tens, and that damage they did in the previous round, FURIA, well, it doesn't really matter anymore. As for Magic save 3 players, that's 4 rounds to the good. Only 2 left between them and their opposition. Like, Gabs does such big work here, but unfortunately, everyone else around her has failed. So ultimately, it meant nothing and was totally undermined. A tactical pause from FURIA. I really like it. It's a really good timing to take a pause, take a 30-second chill break, and be like, let's not let this game run away with us from us. We're good on this map. Let's show it.
The fact that it's been brought down to only a 2-round deficit is also a little bit scary. I do find it funny that finally, you know, for Magic get themselves a pistol round, the only one that they've managed to get so far. And off the back of it, they've just turned that into a runaway train of sorts, you know, just continuing to barrel through, brute forcing their way through a lot of these rounds. Does very much show that there are a lot of signs of life on this roster, and they've brought it devastatingly close here. How much more can we realistically get done? Selex and Car could very easily find themselves on opposing ends of AWPs. Car would have to get a little bit more aggressive for that to come into fruition. And as we've said, right, Car's not really playing that same hyper-aggressive style of AWPing that we've come to appreciate from her. Oh, and an uncharacteristic miss. That's unfortunate, and obviously that's going to be her forced straight off of the angle. Now Brandina has taken out Lula Tens, usually a massive pivot point for FURIA, but today has just not been giving us the same performance that we're used to. Car now has changed positions, and off the back of the flash, still going to be able to get one. Babs, however, is again brute forcing her way through these CTs. Now Izza in contention for a potential player of the map here. finds herself somewhat isolated on a bit of an island as Gabs is so far away and has to find a way out back into the open, gets mowed down by Josie, and Izza will now have to be forced all the way back into yet another save as she does get the kill onto Ana X, so she might actually be able to survive here. Tuck's tail turns, backs away, and hopes to high heaven that she can keep this weapon. However, for Magic, ooh, they don't want to allow that one to happen. Josie, she's gone a hunting. Looking to see if she can get herself a nice little... Yeah, you go. Looking for that panther skin to hang up on the floor, on the wall, or put down as a rug, and she has managed to do just that. A one-round deficit. What is this comeback?
Slow and steady. It's a silent killer, and we gotta start the narrative about Lulitens. Like, she's really struggling. First player to die on this round, and it kind of just cascades into this round being lost. Babs as well, finding back some of that form. She had a very slow start, but so far this series, she has been nothing but remarkable, and is once more proving why maybe these top squads should have never have dropped these players. And it looks like it ain't gonna be a one round game anymore. It's about to be tied up 9-9.
All right then, Car. Well done. A nice little headshot onto Brandina. Brandina's a good piece to take off the chessboard. Haven't quite lost their queen though. There's still so much firepower. Yeah, didn't really expect too much to come out of this round. A couple more kills would have been nice. I mean, we saw FURIA have a fantastic eco-ish round a little while ago that ended with the deaths of every single one of the 4 Magic players, and it could have given them something to springboard off of, but fortunately they weren't able to take advantage of it. So, and this time around, not able to replicate those results. Only the 1 kill, and that's going to be 4 Magic evening up the scoreline. This is 6 rounds consecutively. FURIA have not picked up a single round on their CT side, which for Dust2 is, in my opinion, unthinkable.
And it's kind of crazy how much they've quietened down, right, even individually. Like Isa, I remember her on the T side, it was brutal. And it was beautiful to watch. Her entries were really sublime, magnificent, one would say. Gabs was getting big impact, and she still is on that B bomb site in the last gun round comes to mind. But like Bazina, I don't think's really had anything to say. And it's the first pistol round win in this second half for 4 Magic. And they're really making good work out of it. 9-9. And they're just posturing for they're just going B. They're going straight in. Gabs, once more, going to be tested. Last time, she acquired a brace. This time, she'll find 2 more. And also just tucks into the smoke. Survives. Grass. Snake in the grass. And Brandina, unfortunately, can't get anything done. It's a bold call for 4 Magic. And one that might come to bite them.
I mean... we know that it's one of the most difficult sites in the entire damn game to try and retake on. And it's where FURIA, I mean, every single time they hit B, I think they were retaken on maybe once in the entirety of that first half. And it was when they were at a numbers disadvantage. No, actually, I think they still won that round. Like, they had ridiculous amounts of success on that B site. So for Magic, well, anything FURIA can do, we can do too. Not the case, it seems, because the fact that Gabs gets 2 while basically completely flashed out because she's so tucked in. Luliten's doing the exact same thing here alongside Izza. Somehow, even with all of that utility in their faces, the predictive shots have been fantastic, but Car is just not on form today. It's another missed shot from her, but that's okay. Her teammates will be there to ensure that she has backup, and yes, eventually she'll get shut down, but again, Bazina continues to chip away at the enemy forces, leaving Selax all alone in a 1v3 with an AWP, and this smoke is very close to dissipating, and there it is. There it goes. She realized that there's a player tucked in so close. Oh my god, the cosmetic clear.
Sure.
And even then, she takes like no damage, gets the kill, has the bomb on her back. How have we found ourselves in a position where she could actually clutch this out? A Molotov to buy her some time, the smoke to give her a bit of cover to get the bomb planted. With an AWP in hand, if she can be as snappy as we know her to be, there is a world. No, the flash! Without that flash, there's a possibility, but she's so blind. A plant is all they'll get. The defuse will come through for FURIA. They'll go up to 11. All the dominance that we saw from 4Magic has been snatched away.
Yeah, don't let that attempted clutch from Selex discard and take your mind off the fact that this was an incredibly one-sided round for FURIA, and it's actually back-to-back rounds, their first 2 rounds in this second half, and they're done so with just the utmost of dominance. They turn away a B rush, they close out a long take and an attempted mid take. For Magic, it feels very reminiscent of Inferno right now, where all of a sudden, the wheels just come off. They look really good, and then just poof, FURIA wake up, and they kind of go back into their slumber. They won 6 in a row. They evened up the scorelines, but it might all just be in vain, as FURIA once more shattering dreams in front of them as they are forced onto a half by automatically conceding the ability to win out this map in regulation.
And this is really rough because obviously winning this round puts FURIA on map and series point. And then it's going to take a very hectic uphill battle for 4Magic to come back into this one. And it's another missed shot from Car. I know I keep pointing them out, but this is truly uncharacteristic. So maybe a little bit of a crutch word, a little bit of a buzzword, but we're not used to seeing this from her. We're used to seeing far more dominance. Finally, she'll fish and find that kill that she's been looking for. But in the meantime, 4Magic are making their way through underpass. That being said, Car's actually going to be good for the second here. So finally, she'll even out. She'll get to 11 and 11 and get herself into a 1.0 for now. Gun's been handed over to Selex though. She now has a rifle to work with, but dangerously low HPs across the board here for the remaining 4Magic players. So they're going to have to play off of each other perfectly. No utility at all, really.
No armor either.
To play with. No armor, nothing. But a pistol, apparently, will get them in onto the site. Bomb to be planted. If they can clutch this round, if they can make this magic happen, my God, what a showing. Wouldn't that be? 2 versus 3. Rifle in hand, they've taken down Car, they've made this contestable, but they keep taking damage, they keep being chipped away at. Josie walks into the sightlines of the last remaining 2 players, and as close as they brought that, it's not close enough. Map and series point here for FURIA, and it looks like maybe they will get themselves to 4-1 after all.
They had me for a second. Had me for a second there, 4Magic did. I honestly thought they were just about to win a full eco. But unfortunately, it's close but no cigar. That was, though, just the eco round. Like, we weren't expecting that round to be the one that's won by 4Magic, but it's good to maybe see them keeping it still contestable. They get the bomb down. That just means, basically, as they come into what could be the final round in this map and series, they have everything at their disposal. They have everything to play with. The rounds that have not gone their way is when they've sped up a little bit too much. They've just come out long or B very early on and instantly suffered. Slowing down the pace, playing a little bit more of a default. They've got the utility to work with. Could work to their benefit. That's 2 tactical pauses in the last 2 or 3 rounds. They have to be ready. The question is, can they actually execute the plan?
Perfection needed here from 4Magic. Not a single toe can be stepped out of position. Because as tenacious as they can be, for all the ability in the world to stabilize from a disadvantage, you don't want to find yourself in that position. You don't want to have to force yourself to have to battle back in. Bazina, instead of overstaying her welcome, opts to back away instead because FURIA also realize the importance of this round. Their money's in a bit of a tight spot. If they lose this round, they could actually be in a bit of trouble. That could give 4Magic the door back into this map. The FURIA need to close things out here, and the tensions will start to build. No crazy over-aggression, no hyper pushes or looking for battles that we shouldn't be taking, giving over unnecessary ones, holding the line. The CS equivalent of a shield wall. Waiting to see where FURIA are going to peek their heads out. And FURIA, to their credit, also not looking to give over fights unnecessarily. They've pulled out a lot of utility here from the CTs as well. Only 3 flashes remain. Start to take a little bit of space in towards mid. It's looking like it's going to be a pincer attempt. Molotov to come through, trying to force anybody out of position, but nobody is there. The flashes come out and Brendina gets the opening shot. Now, is it alone on site? Brendina spraying and praying, knowing there must be someone there. Babs follows it up, and FURIA have done it. They've given themselves just a little bit more room to breathe, and once more, surely FURIA will be forced to save. Car and Gabs, we've seen them in this position before. They will back away and hold on to their weapons, and FURIA have 2 more opportunities for overtime.
A very well conducted round with Brendina in the seat of the conductor. Beautiful double entry from her, but it's the Molotov from Jossie that is kind of the MVP, not gonna lie. It lands in Goose. I was a little bit scared that it didn't actually land correctly, as Isa was able to play around it, but they must have heard, I don't know what, but they still had a very good idea that there was going to be a player there. Double opener from Brendina. She's given FURIA a lifeline. She's had a pretty troublesome series, all things considered, but if there's ever a time to come alive, this is it. FURIA, they play very reserved on the bomb side. Brendina shows they can still pack a punch. Double digits, 2-round game. What could be the final purchase for FURIA left in store?
Oh, FURIA, do what you just did. Do it one more time. Keep it close. Keep it hotly contested. But now FURIA, this is where they start to kind of get their skates on a little bit, trying to take the fight to FURIA. However, with no aggression over on long, they'll back away, give over that space. Oh, God, timing. Oh, that could have been a free opener for her. But again, not trying to take any battles unnecessarily. Now she's got a little bit of backup. Rather, they've traded places. She's going to head on over towards the A site. We'll have a bit more forces in towards mid. And why not? That's where all of that utility has come from. But perhaps the feeling is maybe it's going to be another split push through mid. But this time around, not looking to be
making so much noise.
Footsteps. Exactly. They're going to hear all of that noise being made over towards short. No, Car. Not again. Surely we can get a follow-up kill here. It has to happen. She has to find that opener, and she does. Backs away. Is it there to make sure that she stays strong, stays hotly contested? Get another kill for Car, and it's all down to Anna X, and she's so far away. She doesn't have the bomb. She could be in Narnia for all the difference it will make. With 30 seconds remaining, she has to 1v4. She's got full HP, Kevlar, she's got the helmet, she's got everything at her disposal. One Molotov, and the wall of smokes comes up to delay that time, to make it that much more difficult. The Panthers hone in on her location, and like the Wildcats that they are, they push in and they shut her down. They've gone for the throat, they've gone for the jugular, and they've taken the win. FURIA, not the dominance that we were expecting, but a win nonetheless.
If you come for the crown, you better not